Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Glad you're joining me today. This is the Kathleen Hart Lifestyle channel and today we are talking about my pregnancy 20 weeks along. So if you're new, I have a 20-month-old son and I'm 20 weeks pregnant with my daughter and we're just so excited and this pregnancy is flying by. I know a lot of you guys that are watching are also pregnant. Is your pregnancy just flying by or is it just mine? Because literally I was thinking, I'm like, oh my God, I'm halfway there. I'm literally halfway there. And with my son, he was actually born 4 weeks early. So if that's the case and I do have my daughter a little bit early, like I'm less than halfway done. Like it's so crazy. But I did want to mention that this is my second pregnancy and I don't know about you guys, but I'm just enjoying it so much more. The anxiety and like the unknown of like labor and like everything that comes along with being pregnant is so much better this time. It's so much lower. It's like barely existent at this point because I feel like since I've went through it before, I kind of know what to expect and I'm not scared. And I think just knowing that has given me peace of mind to just like chill and be like, calm down, you got this, you did it before, you could do it again. So I just wanted to pass that along to anyone who's pregnant maybe for the first time, who's like really scared. And I was terrified of labor for my entire life, actually. That was like one of my main fears of life, was going into labor. And it was bad, it hurt, but it's like a blip on the map of my life. Like it's literally a moment in time and now I have my son and every day is amazing. So I would totally do it again. Obviously I am doing it again. So anybody who's apprehensive about labor and just those kind of fears, I would say I get it. I totally 100% get it, but you got this. You're so much stronger than you think you are and go into it with a different mindset. I've totally changed my mindset and now I'm like not excited for labor. I mean, I am, but I'm not. Like not labor, like not the pain part, but having my baby, like to meet my baby for the first time, that got overshadowed by my fears the first time. And this time I have a totally different mindset and I'm looking at it like, oh my God, we're meeting the newest member of my family, literally. Like, I can't even wrap my head around that. It's just such a cool feeling. So now I'm focusing on that and the positive aspects of labor and birth and everything, and I just like can't wait. So, 20 weeks, wow. I haven't talked on here for 3 weeks. I think the last update I did was, or the first update I did was 17 weeks pregnant, and kind of a couple things have happened. Not a lot in terms of like, how I'm feeling or anything. Like everything has been great. I still feel great. I still feel amazing. But now there's just a couple like little things that have changed. So I wrote a list down. Of course, me and my lists, if you know me, I have like 50 pieces of paper with like random stuff written on it. It's like so funny. So, oh, I had my anatomy scan. So it was confirmed that we are having a girl, which if you have been following me, especially on social media, we did the sneak peek DNA test at 9 weeks pregnant, which is a blood test. And we found out it was a girl. And it was 99% effective, but every time I would go to the doctor, they literally had to put, like, made a point to tell me it might be wrong. I'm like, but it's DNA. Like, okay, like I get it. Like, I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to make me feel better just in case it wasn't a girl. But anyway, the anatomy scan proved that it was a girl. And my husband was there. He was asking so many questions. It was awesome because I tend to go to the doctor and just sit there and I'm just like looking at this like ultrasound scan. And if you've had an anatomy scan, they look at everything. They look at the umbilical cord, like blood, like it just like goes like in a spiral. Like that's my favorite part of like seeing the pictures. But they look at the heart, they look at the liver, the stomach, everything, all the feet, all the fingers, the hands, the facial features, they look for cleft lip, they look for like everything, the brain, spinal cord. I mean, pretty much everything and anything you can think of that's on a baby, they have analyzed it. So everything from that was perfect. Everything is great, which I'm very thankful for, because as much as I just said, like, I've got this time, every time we go for like a test, I still get nervous. And I don't have doubts at all, but you know, anything can happen. You can't ever be 100% sure about anything in this world. So I always have in the back of my head like, think positive, everything is gonna be fine. And sure enough, this time, everything was fine. All the scans that they did were normal. She was measuring about 5 days early, but that was to be expected. I think Austin was too, actually. He always measured a little bit early. But to follow up the anatomy scan, so I started taking Makena shots. So like I said earlier, my son was born 4 weeks early. And to avoid that this time, I'm doing 2 different things to try to avoid a preterm birth this second time around. And the first thing is the Makena shot. So it's a hormonal shot that I have to get every week. And I'm getting it from, I believe, 16 weeks until 36 weeks. So anyone who is thinking about getting that, I would recommend it, only because it's worked out really well for me so far. Like, I've had no bad side effects, and my doctor even said that there's literally no negative side effects. There's only positives to prolong your baby staying in where it needs to be cooking. So that's why I'm doing it. The only downside, it hurts. It freaking hurts. It's a big needle. It's a really syrupy shot, substance, whatever in the vial. It's very, like, the nurse was telling me that, like, it takes a while. So like, they'll put it in and it takes like a good 10 seconds of them pushing the needle into you. So, and it goes in your butt. So not your butt. Like, if you've ever had a Depo shot, it goes like in your upper, like right here. So it's not super bad, but it goes into a part, on me at least, where I feel comfortable getting a shot. Like, I don't like getting shots like on my arm, or like even, I don't know, that makes me want to cringe, like getting needles right here. Like, I'll do it obviously if I have to for giving blood and everything, but I don't like that area. My arm, not so much. My butt, I've got a ton of cushion there, so it's not as bad as you would think it is, but it does take a while. Like, and I think the anxiety of like waiting for them to push the needle in, like, it kind of gets my heart racing a little bit, but I've gotten used to it at this point, because like I said, I have to get it weekly. The only downside to the shot, besides it hurting because it's a shot, is that it's super annoying to deal with the pharmacy that I'm dealing with to get it. So my insurance is great insurance. Like, there's no reason why there should be a problem, but the pharmacy that I'm getting it from is just like pulling teeth trying to get this medication, and it gets shipped to my house. I have to go to the doctor to get it, to bring my little vial and everything, but it's just such a headache. So I was talking to the doctor about it and all the nurses, and they were like, every time we prescribe this, everyone that has to get it has like a big hassle trying to get it. So I don't know what it is, Makena, but we need to get our stuff together, because it's scary, because I want to keep taking it and you have to take it on the same day every week. So I still don't have it yet for this week coming up, and I don't have any more. So hopefully it's going to come soon, but I don't know. That's just something to keep in mind if you are thinking about getting it. Like, you have to keep on top of it if you have the same problems that I do, because I feel like random stuff like this always happens to me. But I've been on the phone with the pharmacy like every single day. They're probably tired of hearing from me. But anyway, not to be negative, that's just one of the downsides to this shot, and the doctor said it's really common to have a problem getting it, even though it's a super common prescribed medication. So anyway, so far so good. I've had no bad side effects, like I said, and it's supposed to take your risk down by about 25% from having a preterm labor. So I'm willing to do anything and everything that I can to try to make this baby cook as long as possible. And the only other thing that they have me doing right now is getting extra ultrasounds. And they're the internal kind of ultrasounds, because they're checking my cervix. So I have to get them done. I believe I get 4 total. I've already had 2, and one of them was after the anatomy scan. They did it again, and they said everything looks great. Everything looks great so far. So that's so far so good as well. I don't mind getting those ultrasounds, especially if it's for peace of mind that the baby, everything is good with the baby, and it's over in like 2 seconds. Because I think the nurses don't want to do it just as much as you don't want to do it. So they're like, okay, let's get this done really quickly. So it's not bad at all. And those are the 2 things that I'm doing to try to prevent the preterm labor from before. So then I just also wanted to get into some like weird side effects that I'm having, that I'm remembering of pregnancy, that I'm remembering now from when I was pregnant with Austin. Oh my God, this is like the weirdest thing. And this is how I actually found out, or like knew I was pregnant right in the very beginning with my daughter, because I have never felt like this before since being pregnant with Austin, and this is the first time since that I felt it again. It's so weird. So all of a sudden, my nose right here, like my nasal passages will get like, it's so hard to explain. You guys are probably gonna be like, what is she talking about? But okay, I'm gonna try to explain it. So they get like congested but not stuffy, so like I can breathe, but it feels like there's tons of pressure right here, like not in my sinuses but just like in my nose, or maybe that's my sinuses, I don't know, whatever. So it's right here, and I get super congested, and it almost feels like I'm just about to get sick, but I will feel like this on and off, like it'll come and go. Like right now I can feel it. That's why it reminded me to talk about it on this video. I can feel it, and it feels like I'm about to get sick, but in no joke, in about like 20 minutes, it will go away and I won't have it. And then maybe tonight at like, I don't know, 7 o'clock at night, I'll feel it again and I'll be like, what the heck? Like, it's just such a weird feeling, because it's almost like you're just about to get a head cold, but you feel fine and you don't get sick and you're totally fine. I'm not sick, I'm 100% fine. So that's what happened to me when I first found out I was pregnant with my daughter. It's almost like a raw feeling too, like your nose is raw. I don't know. Have you guys experienced this? Am I crazy? Am I the only one? Like, I need to know. Please tell me, because weird pregnancy symptoms, I don't know. I don't really have any. This is my only one. So let me know down in the comments what yours were, because I don't want to feel alone anymore. But then, as far as like weird things going on, that's pretty much it. I haven't really had any weird cravings except pickles. I have to have bread and butter pickles. I'm actually going to the store in a little bit because I need more bread and butter pickles. And normally, if you guys know, I'm on a low carb diet, so I don't eat bread and butter pickles because there's too much sugar in them and there's too many carbs. But right now, Mama wants her sweet pickles, so I have to go to the store and buy more, because I literally bought a little jar like this big, like thinking like, oh, this will be good. This will do my craving good, you know? No. That cut it for about a day and a half, and I'm like, oh my God, like I can't be eating this many pickles, but I feel like I'm like a poster child for like a pregnant lady. Like, I'm eating pickles from the jar, like at 9 o'clock at night. I was so gonna put on my Instagram story, but I was just so tired. I woke up and I was like so hungry, not the middle of the night, it wasn't that late, it was like 10 or 11 o'clock. And I was like, all right, I want pickles and I want them right now. And I'm eating them, and I was gonna take a snap or an Instagram story and be like, yep, I'm still pregnant, and take a picture of like the pickle jar. But just pretend that I did that, because I didn't, because I was lazy. But yeah, that's it for weird stuff going on that I can think of at the moment. Like I told you, I wrote a list, but I feel like mom brain is like the biggest thing to me. Ever since I found out I was pregnant with my son like 2 years ago, my brain has gone out the window. It has left. It's out to lunch. It is gone. I don't remember things. I walk into the room and I don't remember why I did it. If I don't bring a list to the store, it's over for me. I should just come home, turn around and come home, because there's no way. There's no way. I even said to myself, like as I'm walking into Giant, I was like, all right, don't forget you need X, Y, and Z, because I totally forgot to write them on the list. Those 3 things had no chance. They had no chance coming home with me. And I got a little bit better when I had my son. All right, and then the last thing that I wanted to mention is something that I had my first pregnancy, but I've figured out how to deal with it this pregnancy. And it is, my boobs are getting huge super fast. So what it's doing is it's causing like right here, like, it's not like, it's like dry skin. So what it's being is itchy, like itchy as anything. And the very first pregnancy, like I just scratched what was itching, like right here. And I ended up getting a really, really bad rash. And we ruled out like all of the major problems that you can have from having rashes on your body through pregnancy. It wasn't like my liver levels or anything like that. And I wasn't having any like abnormal swelling or anything like that. So it wasn't anything bad. It was just literally a rash. And this time it's literally this close to being a rash again, and it's scaring me. But the main thing is, when I went to the doctor the very first time when I was pregnant with my son, the first pregnancy, when I had this rash, they prescribed me cortisone cream, and I really don't want to put that on this time at all. So I don't have a rash yet, it's just dry skin. I'm trying not to itch it, but how I've combated it, and the doctor told me I could do this the first time, but I didn't because I already had the rash. So they told me it's a good way to prevent it is baby powder. And normally, you guys know me, I'm into oils, I'm into like natural things, and baby powder just isn't one of those things that I typically will use. But anything is better than having a prescription, really prescription, like high strength cortisone cream and putting that on my skin, especially while I'm pregnant. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get the best baby powder that I can find that can keep this area dry and just prevent me getting a rash. And it's worked so far. So this has been going on for a couple weeks now, but I have been using the baby powder like when I get out of the shower. Like I won't put lotion there. I'll try to keep it as dry as possible. I won't put lotion on. I will just do like baby powder. It has really, really, really worked. Now, baby powder would not be my first choice, but it's the lesser of the two evils than having like a prescription cream and having to put that on every day and have it not really work, because it didn't. It didn't clear it up, it didn't work. It made it worse actually, because I think it was just like keeping the area like moist, and it was gross, and it was just bad. It was making it itchier. It didn't help with the itch. Like, yeah, it was just bad. So the baby powder has been working, and I would recommend trying it if you're going through something like that. That's really helped me, and like I said, no rash yet, 20 weeks. So that is everything I think for today's update. Oh, the only other thing I wanted to tell you is my weight. So my weight has went up a little bit since last time. I know I was trying to keep my weight in check when I was 17 weeks, but the doctor also told me that this is the time when you might start gaining the weight. Okay, so far this pregnancy, I have gained 13 pounds. I'm 157 pounds right now. I started at 144, so I think I'm doing pretty good. And actually, guys, I thought this was so crazy. So my first pregnancy, like I told you in my last video, I went YOLO with food, with everything. Just ate till my heart was content and my stomach felt like it was gonna burst open. And I looked back in my date book for when I was pregnant the first time, and on November 20th, the first time I was pregnant, I weighed 178 pounds. 20 pounds more almost than what I weigh now. It's not November 20th, not yet, but we are in the month of November. So I just thought like, wow, I'm doing pretty good. I'm 20 pounds-ish away from where I was the first time. So I'm gonna consider that a victory for me. So I've been trying, but you know how it is. Comfort food this time of the year. Definitely follow me on Instagram, because I've been posting more of like food and stuff like that. It's just comfort food. I can't have wine. Meh. So food it is. So I've been making a lot of cool recipes, a lot of good stuff. Nothing low carb, unfortunately, at the moment. Super low carb at least. Some low carb meals, but definitely follow me on there if you're interested in all of that. But I think the last thing I'm gonna do is show you guys a bump shot, but I wanted to say thank you for following along on my pregnancy journey this time. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't already, definitely subscribe. There's just a little bit of everything on this channel. So like I said, I'm a mom, I work from home, I do YouTube on the side. I have 2 YouTube channels. I have this channel, and then I have a low carb channel. And you know, I'm just trying to keep the husband happy, trying to keep my baby happy, trying to keep the unborn baby happy. It's just like, it's a ride. It's so fun. But like, honestly, I'm living my best life. This is amazing. So I'm happy to share it with all of you, and I love to read your comments and hear about your journeys as well. So definitely leave them down below. But if you liked this one, give it a thumbs up. I'll leave you with the bump shot, and until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. I hope you have a wonderful, amazing day. Bye, everybody.